Hey guys, it is Old Man G here, back again with another match preview. I'm joined by my bro Josh, who is an Arsenal fan, and we are going to be doing a Manchester United versus Arsenal match preview. Before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, remember to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter, United X, and smash the notification button for Manchester United news. Shout out to you for the talk in the comments. Sorry, there was a scheduling issue. I accidentally scheduled this video, I think, for yesterday. 9 o'clock or something. It was supposed to be today at 9:30. We had to delay a bit. I've just got back late from work, so I apologize. Hence the thought of the hair. But anyway, let's just get into it. Really, we're just going to have just a nice, funny discussion about the game. Shout out to Kobe Miranda as well in the comments. What happened yesterday? I was waiting for. Yeah, I'm sorry, Footy Talk. I'm sorry. It was a scheduling issue. It was supposed to be. I rescheduled it thinking that it was going to be tomorrow at 9:30, and actually it was a Thursday. So I apologize about that. And it's actually today. And let's get into it. So this is our Manchester United versus Arsenal preview. And like I said, I'm joined by my brother Josh, who is an Arsenal fan. So let's just get into it, I guess. Expectations. I mean, Josh obviously is an Arsenal fan. Ollie versus Arteta. Manchester United obviously coming on a back win, a quite emphatic win against RB Leipzig, 5-0. Arsenal, to be fair, playing young kids, winning Hamadon Dork. What are your expectations, do you think, going into this game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously both teams want to win. Obviously, they had good results midweek. Obviously the level of competition was different, but also I think there's competition for places now for both teams. So people like Pogba will always be in the starting 11 normally. Certain other players, Maguire, people like that. But as we've seen midweek for Man United, you see people like McTominay playing, getting this chance, doing very well. Fred now is probably going to be a regular, I'm guessing. And I guess conversely, the same with Arsenal. Yeah, I know it was only Dundalk, but you still have to win the game.
That's true. Yeah,
we're not like Spurs.
To be honest, you could have been Spurs and losing to
Spurs.
Antwerp.
we don't lose to Belgian chocolate connoisseurs, so so at least we didn't do that. And the positive as well was like you played a bunch of youngsters, and a lot of them looked very, very comfortable. You could argue for people like Reece Nelson to come back in the team and Joe Willock. So it takes some good results, bit of confidence to get back in the team. But last season you didn't beat us, so I guess they can take that into this game. But I mean, Man United at the minute, you'd say the form team. You won against Newcastle and you drew with Chelsea, and beat.
Ooh, can't hear you.
This will be high in both sides.
Sorry, I can hear you now. Sorry, go on.
Okay. Where's the volume going? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Are you muted?
No, I can hear myself.
I can hear you now. There we go.
You can hear me. Okay, go on.
I forgot the last thing you said because it cut out.
What did I say? We're just talking about youth and the impact that the student youth. Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much, you've obviously Ozil's been frozen out. We don't know the reason. They're not going to tell us.
What's the deal with that? Like, I mean, I feel like Arsenal need obviously a creative midfielder, and I think that would help their team. But is there just a reason why Ozil's been frozen out?
I mean, with contracts and things, and how everything's, it's like when Balotelli moved from club to club, like. Yeah. I don't necessarily think it's always his fault. Like you always hear about, oh, this player's not done this, or this player's a flop, and then, so for example, Lingard, like, well, a family member passed away, and it's one of those things where, you get to berate them and berate them, and then you hear about something that happens personally. And then you're like, oh, right. and it's like, oh well, are you not going to like apologize or take everything you said back? So I don't like. There's obviously something not right, because when Arteta came in, Ozil was the person who was running the most yards in every game that I think 2 or 3 games that he played. So I don't think it's a performance this year. And we obviously need a number 10. So it's obviously something off the field, and it's a shame. I kind of want a last dance, but doesn't look like that's going to happen.
Well, rumors of the pitch that some sort of maybe this comments against China or something like that, which still sounds kind of strange. Well, this fully talk says need to stick with the diamond, don't have wings to 4-2-3-1. I agree. Bits and Bob, shout out to Bits and Bob, my man, my Scottish man. Hope you're doing well, Chief. Need to get you on again as well, by the way. Hopefully, I won't be able to do a proper live post-match reaction because I'll be at work. So, but hopefully a watch along or something will be good. Guys, do you think we Man United will start to be consistent? Well, ask that to Josh, obviously, who's my bro, who's the Arsenal fan. Do you think that we'll be consistent? I mean, I've noticed that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is getting quite a lot of... it's weird. Like, I mean, let me ask you this, Josh. I mean, and I feel like I'm anointed here, but I just feel that Ole Gunnar, like... I'm not Ollie in or Ollie out. I'm what I would call Ollie indifferent, in that, like, I just kind of like, I haven't done enough for me to shift in either direction right now. You know what I mean? And arguably, I would say that I can't think of any other manager post like Ferguson that's gotten the results that he has gotten, certainly in Europe at least, and certainly against the top teams. In terms of a consistent, basis. But he just seems to be, despite the fact that he's lost. He beat PSG and obviously beat Leipzig emphatically. He still seems to be getting a lot of it's lucky. He doesn't seem to be. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that he should be worshipped as the greatest manager, but it's like I was even watching ESPN and they're kind of like, yeah, but RB Leipzig dominated most of the game and go, like they lost 5-0. You know what I mean? Like it's just like it doesn't really, like, at the end of the day, like, it's football. Like, the most important thing at the end of the day is like who scores the most goals. It doesn't matter how much, so I mean, what do you think?
I mean, I'm as a neutral, I'm kind of like Ollie deserves a chance because in Champions League, he does well in the Champions League. Like, so he's got a decent track record so far. And, I would say you're close to the squad now that you need. Like, imagine the imagine the difference a year, 2 years ago. Your super subs.
Yeah. No, laugh.
Andreas Pereira, Lingard, and like Mata. Now, did you see the super subs against Leipzig? Rashford, Bruno comes off the bench, Cavani. People think, buying Van der Beek 40 million to sit on the bench. At the end of the day, he played well. I think he got an assist to Greenwood. I can't remember. Comes off. But he played very well when he was on the pitch, hardworking, and he was playing on the left, I think. And it's like, look at the team now from last year. Same with Arsenal. Look at Arsenal's team now compared to it was.
Taxman says, I can't hear him. Can you hear him now, Tactical? Can you hear me? Can you hear him? Yes, Tactical. Can you Josh just start speaking?
Hello. Can you hear me, Old Man G?
I can hear you. Let me just
Can the stream hear me?
Yeah, no, I can. I've just checked the phone. I think I can hear you on the video on here.
Okay.
Just let us know, Commander, if you still can't hear him. I can hear him in my stream, but let us know.
Let us know in the comments if you can't hear me, guys. Okay. I know I'm an Arsenal fan, but
Captain says now I can. Okay, cool. We can hear you. Cool, man. Oh, by the way, guys, a fellow YouTube. I always love to shout out the fellow YouTubers. Tactical Manager TV, brilliant channel. Also, fellow Manchester United supporters as well. head over to his channel, please, guys. For those who will be watching, like, share, and subscribe to Tactical Manager and Draco Evolve. That's also in the comment. Please head over to those channels,
my man,
and support them. Awesome. So yeah, you were saying, Josh.
Yeah. So pretty much, it's not at the end of the day, obviously Jurgen Klopp, I would say is a far better manager than Oli and Arteta. But I mean, he's had what 10 years in the game, maybe. And even when he was at Liverpool, mediocre squad, but it took probably, I mean, Lovren's only just gone. So it's taken 4 years to get the deadwood out of the team.
Yeah.
And Arsenal, Man United are still getting some deadwood in, but they're, figuring out which are the right players to bring in. And obviously Arteta and Oli are new to the game, and, they've had some good results here and there. Arteta's got trophies. Oli's, smashing Champions League in a minute. The difference with all of that, I guess, would be Klopp signings were just, he was bang on. He was, and for Arteta and Oli, it might take them a couple more years to get the perfect signings in each position. With Bruno, Oli smashed it. You guys wouldn't have got Champions League places without Bruno. Arteta's gone and got Partey. Arsenal fans are like, thank you, but we're not as quick as Liverpool with the negotiations and everything. They got it spot on, and we're getting there. That's the difference.
Just seeing a comment. Sorry, Philly Talk says, get George back saying Leipzig were going to smash. I actually watched that video. Sorry, there's a guy, George. Shout out to George, man, from Bayern Munich fan. He's got a really good channel, really good guy. And I think he came on to Tactical Manager show and was like, Leipzig going to smack United. Ollie's a fraud. Ollie's a banter. I think he hasn't hid, though. He's so we'll get him on at some point. We'll have a conversation about how, I think maybe we did 5-0 to Leipzig, and that was the correct prediction, except it was the wrong way around. So it is what it is. Just see some comments. Yes, I do. George Van der 90 needs to give us. He definitely needs to give us some explanations. I definitely do. Oh, sorry, Free Talk. Yes, Free Talk also has a channel. Head over to his channel and subscribe as well. Draco says, absolutely loving what Oli has done last few games, being put in terms of tactical change during the game. And at the subs the right time, I sleep happy. The thing is that like, people seem to forget. And before we move on, obviously, to score, because we're talking about Oli and Arteta, and I think it's just that as a United fan going into the season, I think a lot of fans, when the season starts, they forget about the higher management. They forget about the board, the Glazers, etc. And the last couple of years, I've always said that there were certain key areas that we need to strengthen in, that we need to get. And if we don't get them, we're going to struggle. And this summer, Oli wasn't backed. He wasn't. People will say, oh, he spent 200x1 million. But spending money and actually being backed are two different things. So Chelsea, for example, were backed. City were backed because Pep was like, you know what? I need two centre backs. And he was given two centre backs just like that. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer asked for a centre back, didn't get it. Asked for a right winger, didn't get it. Van der Beek, good signing, but was a depth signing. Wasn't a squad signing. Telles, okay, fair enough, an improvement potential. Luke Shaw, and I don't think Cavani was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's faults. Certainly when he came. So I think people sort of we need to bear that in mind. And when I went in after the transfer window, I was thinking, you know what, we're probably gonna finish. It'll be a miracle if we finish fourth, given how even Arsenal, when you've got Partey, performed. So for me, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gets fourth in a trophy, for me that actually is an improvement. Like the vid, guys. By the way, like the vid. You see what I mean, Josh? So I just think that we need to bear that in mind. And Footy Talks is a good point. I swear he might not be popular, but I love Fred. He's the workhorse and never lets us down. That's a good shout as well. A lot of people sit on Fred and focus on Pogba, I think, and a lot of the flair players. but they don't actually look at the hard-working players that actually give us support. So let's just basically just move on quickly to what we think the starting 11 is. How do you think, Josh, that Arteta will set up for Arsenal?
So I'm going to run it quickly. How I'm going to do both, like how I would like it to set up and how Arteta will set up. So we've been playing 4-3-3 the past couple of games. Will he go 4-3-3 against United? Honestly, I think he will.
4-3-3. Okay.
Yeah, because we don't. We've got a few injuries at centre back. So I think we're going to go 4-3-3, and so I think Arteta will go Leno, of course. Bellerin, he'll go Gabriel. I think he'll probably play Mustafi, but I'm not sure because I don't know if David Luiz is injured. But I'm guessing Mustafi is going to play there, or because I don't know how many fit centre backs we've got. Then Tierney on the left, of course. I think he's going to go. I have a feeling he's going to go Saka, Partey, and Xhaka, which is unbalanced for me, but I think that's what he might do. And then I think he's going to go Willian, Lacazette, and Aubameyang, but I don't want that. But I think that's what's going to happen.
What you just said is what you think he's going to. You think he's going to go 4-3-3, and he's going to play Aubameyang on the wing, Lacazette. Sorry, wait,
yes.
Aubameyang on the left, and Lacazette, and then Willian.
Yeah.
Has Aubameyang actually scored this season?
Yeah, he scored against Fulham, and then he scored against in the Europa.
Did he score against Fulham?
Yeah.
Oh, he did score again.
So he scored 2 goals this season, but one of them was Europa.
One is Europa. Okay, fair enough. Okay.
Basically, he's got one more goal than Martial in the Premier League. Anyway, go on. I don't know if you're trying to dig for something there.
For the same amount of goals as Wan-Bissaka, you know. So
same goals as Harry Maguire.
Yeah, you know. Actually, Harry Maguire has more goals. I think Harry Maguire has more goals league. Harry Maguire scored against
Newcastle.
He scored against Newcastle, and then he scored against. What's the second goal? He scored against Newcastle. It was Chelsea. There was another Premier League. He scored in the Brighton game. It was the Brighton game. 3-2. Yes, he's actually scored 2 goals in that. Yes, nice. Yeah. Just a few questions before we get into the questions. Actually, so that was who you think Arteta will set up. How do you want Arteta to set up?
So 4-3-3.
So you still want to set up the 4-3-3 like he would do, but you wouldn't play those players.
No, I mean I would play the back line. I would keep the same because we don't have any options. I would put Ceballos, Partey, and Saka probably, or Ceballos, Partey, and El Neni. And then I would play Aubameyang through the middle, Pepe on the right, and then Saka on the left, or Nelson if Saka was playing in the midfield.
Okay, fair enough. Before I go into my lineup, so obviously we've got United fans in here. Quick question. Where was it? Kobe Miranda asks, who do you think is better, Partey or Fred? I mean, obviously my bias will say Fred, but I mean, I think it's still a bit too early to judge Partey right now. But I think based on what we've seen in the season so far, it will be Fred, but I think it's just too early in the season to judge it. We'll see obviously tomorrow. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I think Partey's had a better career, but Fred is he's shown more so far. Partey's only played 1 game in the Premier League.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like, it's a bit too early to judge, but we'll see. I definitely think Fred has been immense. Um, Bits and Bob says slideshow Bob isn't playing. That's I think what is that? So David Luiz is
It's
out.
funny because people are still bandering this guy, and he's been solid this season.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
I agree. I actually agree with that.
He's been so solid.
In fact, I'd actually go further and say that actually when David Luiz wasn't playing, and if I remember a period after lockdown when people said, "Oh, David Luiz is trash because he made the mistake against City," and AFTV and all the rest of them would rant and etc. And then he was suspended because he got a. Did he get a second yellow?
I think he got a second yellow on Salah or someone.
Yeah, so he was suspended for like a game or two, and then literally when he was out of the team, Arsenal got bantered 2 games in a row. Obviously, especially in that Brighton game when Mopai came on and was just like, and he came back and they were fine. So I disagree with you, Josh. I actually think that David Luiz has actually gotten better.
Yeah, him and Gabriel is our best centre back pair currently.
So you think you'll play Gabriel and Mustafa together?
I think so. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure David Luiz went off injured in the Leicester game. So I don't think if it was a hamstring, he's not going to be ready in a week.
Question: is Arsenal going to arrive Manchester United these days, or is it just a nostalgia game for a lot of us due to the past?
Is that for who?
For you, Josh.
I mean, the rivalry is always going to be there. Of course, like sort of late 90s to mid 21st century, the rivalry was fantastic. Some of the battles that I saw myself, Roy Keane and Vieira, Keown and Van Nistelrooy, things like that would, so I mean, realistically, Man United and Arsenal are nowhere near where they were. Like we are a long way off teams like City and teams like Liverpool. But I think you get fired up for this game. I think Arsenal get fired. I think
you say we're a long way off City or something, but last time I checked the table, City are below Arsenal, I think, right now. So
no, I don't think so.
I think
we would have been ahead of City if we didn't bottle it against Leicester.
Let me get the table.
Arsenal are 9th, and I think City are like 6th
or
7th.
I don't think City. No, I think quite the opposite. In fact, let's screenshot. Let's look at the table. What's going on? You're loading. Let's look at the table. I'll get the screen share up. Right. Just look.
In terms of.
So I just share. So I might. This laptop is just a mess sometimes. Here we go. Here's the table. So can everyone see that? So right now, Everton are still on top for now, with 11 points of Liverpool. Wolves are on the same number of points. Well, that's they played a game in hand. So they're on 13 points. This is how funny the Premier League is, because literally I was with Wolves. I was like, wait a minute, these guys were like near the relegation zone 2 weeks ago. I
love it. This season is perfect.
And then now I'm like, wait a minute, Wolves are third. I was like, where did that come from? They were literally at the bottom of the table. So this
season is amazing.
It's why people need to stop overreacting so early. It's like, position stuff. Like it's clearly not gonna. Villa obviously 4th, although they've got a game in hand. Leicester 5th, Tottenham 6th, and we scroll all the way down. So,
did Palace beat Wolves?
No, Palace lost against Wolves.
Oh, what's that tick there?
Huh? I don't think it's updated yet. I don't think it's updated yet. Yeah. As far as I don't think Palace beat Wolves, because Wolves were not third before the game was out. I think they won. It's just not been updated yet. But yeah, look here. Yeah, I looked at the score. They were 2-0 down. Wolves beat Palace. But as you see, right. Chelsea. I mean, look, aside from Liverpool, all the traditional top 5-6 teams are at the bottom half of the table. Chelsea are 10, Arsenal 11th, City are 13, United 15, it's like what's going on, So I'm looking at the fixtures here. Obviously, Liverpool got West Ham at home, which you never know. Burnley away for Chelsea, City obviously away for Sheffield, United, Arsenal, Spurs, Brighton. So
Yeah.
it's
What I would argue, the only thing I would argue with all this is Arsenal have had the hardest first 7 fixtures out of anybody. Like apart from, I mean, in the top 6 anyway, the big 6. Sorry, they had
I think
obviously they had Fulham, which was fine, but then they had West Ham, who, I mean, ever since Arsenal beat West Ham haven't lost. And they've had good games against people. They beat Leicester 4-0, drew with Spurs, obviously. And then after West Ham, we had Liverpool, and then Sheffield, then City, and then Leicester, and now we got Man U. So it's like, for all the Arsenal fans saying this, and this, honestly, we haven't done that badly considering the games we've had. We could have got some points here and there, but it is what it is.
Indeed. Bitson, where do you guys think the game will be won? Well, let me quickly just go through how I think United starts lineup is going to be, because I don't think I've got to that. It is interesting. Obviously, Telles will be out, obviously due to health reasons, and Marshall will be suspended, so those two won't come in. The question is going to be whether Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to set up a back four diamond. I think that worked really, really well against RB Leipzig, and I also think that it plays to our strengths to a certain extent, just simply because, down to that. I hope my mic, let me know, guys, if my mic has been acting up. It's been acting up for a while, actually. But yeah, I like to see Ole Gunnar Solskjaer go the diamond route, because I think that will suit them. I don't think that 4-3-3 really plays to our strengths, because one, we don't have any natural, in my opinion, natural wingers. We just have Martial. Sorry, we just have Rashford. He could, if he wanted to, he could play Rashford, Cavani up top with Greenwood or Mata to the left, possibly, if he's going to go down the 4-3-3 route. I know the back five is going to be the same. He's going to play De Gea, Maguire, Lindelof. As much as I would love Juan Stevie, he's going to play Maguire, Lindelof. And Baye's injured, obviously. Right back will be Shaw. And then, right back will be Wan-Bissaka, left will be Shaw. That's easy enough. Telles might come in when he's fit. Then for me, we go the diamond route. That means that you play Matic, then you play Fred and Pogba in front, and then you play, I think, Bruno Fernandes to start with, and then Van der Beek to come on. That's how I would start. I would actually start Bruno Fernandes, because I feel that there's just a bit more quality there. Or possibly you could play Van der Beek with Fred, and then Pogba basically on the bench. 1 and 2. That's the good thing about having depth. And then in the front two, you play Greenwood and Rashford, with Cavani to come on to give extra dynamic. That's how I think we should start. There is I don't think Ole will play a back three against Arsenal. So if we're not going to play a diamond, he'll revert to probably a 4-2-3-1. If he reverts to a 4-2-3-1, a part of me thinks that he's going to go back to how he played against Chelsea and play McTominay and Fred, and then play. I don't think he'll play. I'd be very surprised if he played Daniel James. I'm not even sure why Daniel James is playing against. I'm nothing against him, but I'd be surprised. To be honest, I think if you're going to play Daniel James, we've got two back-to-back games against Istanbul, Besiktas, who I think we should win. So if you're going to play some of those, like the Daniel James that matters, I think that we should play them in those games, as opposed to this one where I think it's going to be, which is a must-win for Manchester United. So I'd be surprised if James or Mata played. And I think that if we go for a diamond, we don't necessarily have to play those. If we play a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, then you're in a situation where we have to play with wingers, and then you're going to have to play. Because I don't think Ollie's going to start Cavani, and if Ollie's going to start Cavani, he's going to play Rashford through the middle, probably play James on the left, and then Matt on the right. And I just don't think that will suit us really. Especially when obviously you guys are probably going to play 4 at the back as well, I think. It is what it is. We'll see. This is the thing. We have a lot of options, but you just don't know how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to play. But I like to think that he's going to play. Ooh, where are you gone? I like to think he's gonna use it. He's gonna use his common sense and build up on this diamond, and go into this Arsenal game with the diamond formation. But to specifically answer, so it says Axel and Iceman need to start. I don't think Iceman and some Wan will start, but I don't think Axel will start. I generally don't think Axel will start, unfortunately, even though I think he should. He might start against Istanbul, though. I suspect you'll see Axel against Istanbul. Question, was Donny just assigned to make a sack, or did Ole actually want it? I'm not sure, mate. I'm really not sure. Because it's clearly a depth signing. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But to be honest, I'm not complaining, because the difference this season compared to last season is that you look at our bench and it's like, whoa, we actually have players that can actually come on and actually do the business this time. For me, that's the big difference. Last season, we had to look at Lingard and Pereira, etc. They'd make the impact. This season, we've got Cavani, you've got Van der Beek, you've got players that can make an impact, and that's what's so exciting.
I'm just counting the days till Martinelli comes back, boys.
In there. Okay. Yeah, I'll try and see if I can fix that, Draco. Sorry, what were you saying, Josh?
I said I'm just counting down the days till Martinelli comes back, boys.
Yeah, Martinelli would definitely be a good player to come back. So it's just, when is he back, actually?
He's in training. I don't know if it's full training. I mean, I saw him do bits and bobs in photos. Looks like he's going to be back like November.
Okay.
So, I mean, he's a talent.
Right. Score predictions. So it's going to be difficult. And I think if we play the Diamonds and if we play the team that played against Leipzig, although I would probably put Bruno in that midfield, I think we can win the game. I think we play to our strengths. I think that Diamond midfield, which is mobile, I think would probably be stronger than your current midfield, even concluding Partey. So I would say 2-1. And I think that with the form that Wan-Bissaka is now in, I think Wan-Bissaka could deal with Aubameyang on the left. So yeah, I would say I 2-1 to Manchester United, with Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes to score the obligatory penalty.
It's interesting because I believe the results we got last season against you guys, Lacazette wasn't actually playing. Aubameyang was through the middle against when we went to Old Trafford, and then when you came to the Emirates, it was Oba and Nketiah and Pepe. So if Lacazette plays, genuinely, I don't think we're going to win. But if Lacazette doesn't play, then I'm going 2-1 Arsenal.
I mean, Arsenal haven't won at Old Trafford in 14 years.
I wasn't, looking for any. Yeah, but you guys, you haven't won at home. You haven't won at home this season.
That is true. But we know that Arsenal's away record is not particularly great.
That's true, actually.
So,
I mean, I want to say draw, but I'm not sitting on the fence. I'm not one of those people. So I'm going 2-1.
Even when United have been bad, you've still not been able to beat. I mean, even under Mourinho and the Van Gaal days, stuff like that, when we were just awful, it's still a maximum be a draw, So
yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. We will see. Thanks to everyone who was watching, guys. Remember, if you're new to the channel, remember to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter, WeUnitedX, and smash that notification button for latest Manchester United news. Thank you, Josh, for coming on. Really, really appreciate it. It's gonna be a good game.
Good luck.
May the best team win. And whatever happens, I'm sure AFTV will be banter, won't it? Those jokers. Kobe Miranda says 3-1 to Manchester United. I hope so too, Chief. And Blitz and Bot, enjoy, man. Yeah. Have a nice day, everyone.